So, a Christmas dinner for 4.
Yes, because somebody set me a target, a challenge.
It wasn't so much a challenge. I saw an article on the TV or the internet, I can't remember which. And it was people saying they couldn't afford Christmas dinner this year, Christmas 2022, because of the cost of living increase. And I just happen to say to you, a Christmas dinner is essentially a Sunday dinner.
Yes.
With a few extra trimmings. Yeah?
Yes.
I says, how cheaply do you think you could do a Christmas dinner for the 4 of us without going wild?
But you didn't want me to do it the cheapest.
No, I'm not asking you to say, what's the cheapest Christmas dinner you can do? What I'm saying is, can you cook a reasonable Christmas dinner for 4 of us?
That I would be proud of.
That we'd all enjoy?
Yes.
For a reasonable amount of money. Now, I didn't specify a reasonable amount of money, but as it turns out, everything you bought has come in at less than £20.
Yeah.
And that's where the £20 came from. But initially, all I said was, how much do you think what sort of Christmas dinner could you do for the family at a reasonable price? A reasonable dinner at a reasonable price, right?
I think I nailed it.
I think you did as well.
But the one key thing is, if you start getting bits in, a couple of bits each week, because that does help.
So yeah, you can bring the cost down even further, I would say. But that wasn't the issue for this one. It was a reasonable Christmas dinner at a reasonable sort of money. And I'm not talking middle class reasonable. I'm talking just scraping by minimum wage reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, there is ways I could have made it cheaper. I could have used chicken legs instead of a chicken. I could have.
Yeah, but it wasn't just make a
chickens,
Sunday dinner.
no.
It was make a Christmas dinner.
Yes.
So it's still got to resemble a Christmas dinner and feel a bit more special because it's Christmas. But can you do it on a reasonable amount of money? And as it turned out, you did do it. Under £20. But I won't say any more because
we're going to take you along for the journey.
Let people watch the video. Yeah. Now the video. It's not a cooking video. It's not a how-to video. We're gonna. Charlotte. Karen's going to show you each item. There'll be a picture of each item and a little explanation of where it was bought and how much it cost. So you'll see all the things that were bought for the meal. And then there's a few little images of the meal being prepped. And then the table as it was set out. So you can see what we were eating. I enjoyed it. Nobody around the table complained. Everyone was full. There was plenty of leftovers.
We've just had bubble and squeak for lunch.
Yeah, this is the next day, and we've just had a massive bubble and I am still stuffed.
Yeah, and there's chicken left for me to do chicken curry tomorrow.
Yeah, so there was bubble and squeak for lunch today, and there's chicken left for chicken curry for lunch tomorrow. So not only did we get the Christmas dinner. Now I'm not saying if it was Christmas there'd be any of that left because you eat yourself till you're sick on Christmas Day. Oh, some of us do.
Well,
some of us need to go and have a lie down and a sleep after Christmas lunch.
I don't think the toddler was allowing you.
No, he wasn't. He was tormenting me.
But no. So
anyway, this is Karen's Christmas dinner for a family for under £20. We'll leave it at that, shall we?
Yep.
Enjoy the video. What do you say?
Enjoy.
So talk us through the items you used in your meal preparation. What's this?
It's a roast chicken in a bag. It was really easy and simple. You just had to cut the bag open at the end.
So where did you buy that from?
Asda, and it was £5. So I was very pleased with the price as well.
And that's got pork and sage and onion stuffing inside it?
Yes. The only thing I would say that wasn't a lot of stuffing, but there was enough for everybody to have a bit. But it was very tasty stuffing.
Yeah, I've got to agree, that chicken was really nice. It was well worth the money. So, let's move on to the next item. So tell me about these sausages.
They're from Aldi. There was 12 in the pack and they were $1.49.
And they're pork chipolatas, are they?
Yes, 72%, I believe.
Cool. They were really nice. I've got to admit that those sausages were very tasty.
Well, it was the cheapest streaky bacon I could find in any of the supermarkets, and it was at Tesco's. And it was 1.39. I was really impressed with it, and I'll be getting another pack for the freezer for Christmas Day to go with the sausages.
Yeah, that did make some tasty pigs in blankets, that. So, let's move on. So we're on to Yorkshires. Tell me about these Yorkshire puddings.
These Yorkshires I picked up at Sainsbury's from the freezer department. They cost 48p, and they were adequate. They were fine. There was nothing wrong with them.
So you get 15 Yorkshire puddings for 48p, and these are frozen, so you just put them in the oven to warm through.
6 minutes.
6 minutes in the oven.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I did like them. They were quite nice. Oh, and here we go. Everyone's favourites, roast potatoes. Go on, tell me about these.
They were from Tesco's, and they were actually only 71p, and they were very nice. And my son would have ate the whole bag to himself, given half the chance.
He was. He's worse than his dad for scoffing roasties.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were nice, and I can't believe they were so cheap. So again, these were just put in the oven as a...
Yeah, and I'll be getting 2 bags in for Christmas Day.
Ah, the peas. These were nice.
Yeah, they were. I shopped around for the peas because you can get a lot cheaper, but I wanted petit pois, and these were from Aldi, and they were only 89p. So I was really impressed at that.
Yeah, they were nice. Mind you, everything was nice, but they were nice. I do like those little tiny peas. Not everyone likes these, but I do. So
yeah, that's why we get the sprouts. They were 75p from Sainsbury's, but bear in mind when it comes to Christmas week, shop around for your veg because there's some usually really cracking deals. But they weren't bad for 75p.
And there was enough because, as I say, not everyone likes them. And you did them with some of the trimmings from the bacon from making the pigs in blankets. So
I had 2 full strips and I cut the ends off, which I wrapped in the.
Yeah, so after you boiled them, you just tossed them in a pan with bacon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice. That I did enjoy them. But then again, I like sprouts. So onwards and upwards. Not one of my favourite. Carry on. Tell me about these horrid little things.
These were at Sainsbury's. They were the cheapest price per pound anywhere.
Oh, and they taste like the cheapest. I don't like carrots, do
I? Well, my grandson does. So they worked out 16p for that bag, so cheaper than you could have got them anywhere. But that's Sainsbury's at the minute. They've got them on offer. But as I say, with your veg, shop round come Christmas week.
Ah, potatoes. Now I noticed they're baking potatoes. Why?
Because they were the cheapest to buy per bag. But as I say, come Christmas week, you might be able to get something else that's like 19, 20 pence, 30 pence. But these were 57 pence from Tesco's because not everybody likes roast potatoes.
Yeah, so you went for a bag of 4 big baking potatoes to make your mash with simply because they were cheaper than ordinary potatoes at the time.
Yeah, I mean, if I was thinking week ahead, I'd have maybe bought a big pack of wonky potatoes, but I was just doing for the budget.
Right, cool. Yeah. So anybody else will just look around on the day and get the cheap potatoes on the day?
Yeah.
Because you're just going to boil them, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So parsnips, tell me about what we do with these parsnips.
Well, the parsnips I picked up at Sainsbury's, which were the cheapest price per pound, those ended up costing me 46p. Cheaper than the wonky ones, I think, from Morrison's, are the same price.
And you cooked these a new way for us?
For us. I pinged them in the microwave for, I'll say, about 6 minutes. Then I chopped them in, tossed them in for some fry light, and then I cooked them in the air fryer, and they really worked well.
Yeah, I've got to say that they were nice and fluffy inside them. So that's the meat and the veg over. So now, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at the cheapest stuffing on the market at 25p from Asda, and it is vegan.
All right. That's why the daughter could eat it.
Yes, that's correct, and that's also why I got it as well as the stuffing.
It was quite nice, that, to be perfectly honest. For packet stuffing, it is what it is.
Yeah, if you wanted to spice it up, you could have squeezed 2 of the sausages through it, but then my daughter couldn't have ate it.
Right, yeah. It is what it is, and there you go. Instant gravy granules, go on.
They were from Asda. They were 32p. They are one of the cheapest on the markets, but they are vegan, which is good. I did spice up our gravy with some of the juices from the chicken, but then served it just ordinary for our daughter.
Right, they were quite nice though. Maybe because you added the chicken juices.
But, well, these are a cupboard stable. I always have these in.
Okie dokie. So that's gravy granules, right? Let's move on. At last, we're on to desserts. Now, I do like a bit of Christmas pudding, so tell us about this one.
I shopped around for the Christmas pudding because I was after one which was reasonable price and vegan. This one was $1.75 from Home Bargain. Aldi had one, same price, but it wasn't. So that's why I chose this.
But it wasn't vegan.
Aldi's wasn't vegan, but same price. Asda's is, but that was $1.95. So when I saw this at $1.75, that was the Christmas pudding for me.
Marvellous. Could you have got a bigger Christmas pudding if it was non-vegan for the same price?
No, this is the best
in that case,
size pudding.
In that case, I don't begrudge Charlotte coming. Right, let's move on. And of course, with your Christmas pudding, you need something on it. And we chose...
Custard. There is cheaper. I could have got it as a packet at half the price. But this was 40p a tin at Asda because someone's a bit picky on custard. Not name no names.
Who?
You.
I'm not picky.
You didn't mind this one though, did you?
No, it was all right. I mean, I do prefer custard being made with bird's custard powder, which is a faff on. So I can understand why you went for this.
Yep.
It was all right. I'll give it that. It was all right.
It was a custard.
Yeah. Let's move on. And at last, drinky poos. Tell me why you picked Bucks Fizz of all things.
Well, I could have gone for Lambrini, which would have been a bit cheaper. But there's a thing about Bucks Fizz at Christmas. So this was on offer at Tesco's with your club card at £2.25. Even cheaper than Aldi.
That's fair enough. It's easy drinkable, and if you've got nothing else, at least you got something.
Would you sooner had this or Lambrini?
Well, they're both horrid, but this, I suppose.
I enjoyed it, so did my daughter.
Yeah, that's why you got it. And a soft drink for those people that couldn't have alcohol.
Well, usually I pick up Schlur, but this was a little bit cheaper. I picked this up at Lidl for £1.09, and there was no complaints. And It was an empty bottle. That's
true enough. I didn't have any of that, but then again, I don't usually drink a lot when I'm eating.
No, and
it stops me feeding my face.
Yeah, you're more for your food than your drink.
You say I'm a fat knacker.
You used to be.
Still am. I'm still working on it. Right, yeah. So, and that's the drink. That's the last of it, yeah?
Yep.
Right, then. So now we have to talk about how you put it all together, I suppose.
Right, the potatoes in the pan, ready to go. The steamer with the sprouts, and underneath had the carrots already. Peas just popped in a pan, ready to go. The parsnips have just come out of the microwave and tossed in oil, ready for the air fryer. Rewrapping my sausages with the bacon, and we ended up with 2 dishes like this. The roasties just dropped on a dish ready, and the chicken resting as it come out the oven. Parsnips in my air fryer just finished. We're adding the stock and veg juices, the meat juices from the chicken, and we've got lovely pigs in blankets, roasty potatoes, Yorkshire puddings, bacon with sprouts, stuffing, mashed potato, peas, carrots and roast parsnips.
So, madam, that was your Christmas dinner for 5 adults and 1 little monster for under £20. Exactly how much did you spend?
£18.39.
So less than £19 fed as well.
Yes.
Because I was stuffed, and Craig, and could tell he was stuffed because he still left chicken in the middle of the table, and there was a couple of pigs in blankets left until Arthur polished them off later on.
Yeah.
So I think everyone was full.
Yeah, I mean...
Christmas pudding was only small, but it's enough for 4 people.
Yes.
And originally this was set for 4 people, wasn't it?
Yes. We knew our grandson wouldn't eat Christmas pudding. He'd have custard, and our son, when he decided he would only have custard anyhow because he doesn't like Christmas pudding.
Yeah, originally we weren't sure if Jack was going to take part because he prefers his
He's usually out.
pizzas and he's out.
Yeah.
So for £18 and pennies, you produced a meal there, as I say, that fed well 5 adults. As you can see from the picture of my plate, I couldn't get any more on, it was falling off.